H-O.
Right, go.
Well, then, let's do that all over again.
All right.
Sorry about that, everybody. So, welcome to a show we like to call Henshin Hangout. Henshin Hangout. I'm Johnny Parker. You may notice I'm down 2 Henshin Bros. I have no Justin, no Jezzer, but in their place, we have a little man by the name of
Battlestar Galactica. I count for 2 people.
There it is. No longer 1/3.
No.
So here's
wow. How true.
So here's the thing. Today we got a very special show for you. Today we'll be talking about Zyuranger. We're looking at the Green Ranger saga. So as you know, because I was down 2 Henshin Bros, and one of our shows is on hiatus this week, we thought it was a good time to give you one of those retro Henshin marathons that we've been talking about doing. So first off, Daniel, how are you doing this week?
I'm doing fantastic, man. I've been able to catch up now on Zyuranger as far as the old school stuff. And I am upset at Saban for a lot of things, which we will discuss. But besides that, I'm pretty happy because I got to see the original story.
Awesome.
And damn, it was good.
Oh, it was so good.
It was good.
So good.
And that's my week pretty much round up in one day.
Awesome. My week, it was going good because here's the thing. I was looking forward to doing the show. I was looking forward to talking about Zyuranger, talking about the original Green Ranger saga from the Sentai. Then I had to step in really quickly and do a Ranger wrap-up. I had to watch Ninja Steel. Oh, it hurts so bad.
I'm sorry.
It hurts so bad, everybody. I was like, oh, I need my Henshin right now. I can't deal with this. Oh, my gosh. But that was wrapped up. We threw a celebration. And now I'm here on Henshin Hangout talking about what we love. A little bit of Sentai, a little bit of a Henshin. Oh, and we got a super chat.
Not bad.
So we got Batusi Night. Batusi Night.
Love it. Love it.
So he says we need to talk about Jetman 2. Ooh.
Oh my god. Okay. All right. You know what? What story arc would you have to go ahead and cover though? That's a problem. Because we're not going to cover the entire series. We'd have to cover one story arc. So we have to figure out exactly which one is the one. We're going to have to come back to you on that.
So I've been studying up on the different like Henshin series, different Sentai series and whatnot, and I love Jetman. And Jetman is super dope. If we were to cover that one, I'd actually want to cover the beginning because I love the whole plot of the series, how it sets everything up. So that would be one I will definitely talk about. Then, of course, you probably take a look at the series finale too.
Okay. All right.
But again, we're doing some retro stuff, and the door is open. So tell you what, if we were to cover it, tell us here, what part of Jetman would you like us to cover?
I don't know.
All right, so getting into it. So for this very special episode, we're talking about, again, Zyuranger. So, Daniel, what'd you think overall?
Overall, I loved it. I love one of your own being a villain, but then expanding it in so many ways. And I could see where Q-Ranger took a little nod from some things. As far as a sibling, etc., blah, blah. That was interesting. But sentient Zords. Oh my god. I love it.
Dude,
I love it.
Dude.
It goes beyond the whole flute of the... Can I do that? Copyright? Is that all right? No? Yeah? It's fucking... It sounds just like it. It sounds just like it, right?
Well done.
Use my soundbite as that. That's from now on. That's what you use. You're welcome. I took care of you. Sorry.
You're good.
No, but I just love the character development, the growth of the characters in this small arc. Seeing the characters go from point A all the way to Z, and seeing the ups and downs and the pitfalls of the characters according to their choices. I can't believe I got this in 5 episodes.
6.
Well, 6.
Yeah.
6 episodes versus
the entire season of
Saban.
Ninja Steel.
Yeah.
The entire 2 seasons of Ninja Steel.
Yeah, I'm sorry, guys.
Yeah,
Ninja Steel was really, really bad.
The pain was real.
It was really
And
bad.
here's the thing. Honestly, this was my very first time actually like watching Zyuranger. Like, here's the thing. I've always seen the highlights. Like, I've always like gone back and looked at some of the bigger things. I want to see like the original Japanese version, watch the intros, watch the first couple episodes. But this is my first time like sitting down and watching like an entire storyline all the way through. And I was so blown away and impressed. It was so good. Dude, I love the fact that you said the Megazord was sentient. And by the way, here, you know me, you've been on the show for a while. I butcher names. So I will be saying, oh, Sentai Megazord instead of just Megazord.
Oh, yeah,
so
man,
that
I'm
will just
sorry,
give you
guys.
what I'm talking about.
I can say Daki, I can't say whatever it was.
I can say Geki, though, because I heard Geki a lot.
Geki is the man! Geki is the man!
All right, so I love the sentient Megazord. I love how it was giving him, like, advice, how, again, it was on being, how it could fight by itself.
Was it advice?
It was advice. Was it good advice? But it was good.
You must set aside emotion and fight for the sake of justice. That's advice. Kill your brother. You little bit. Like, that's not advice. I don't know if that's advice at all.
Dude, oh my god, so good. But here's the thing though. So I love how this series opened up. It opened up with this like little elf kid who was trying to like open up and free the Green Ranger. And it was cracking me up is that as he's trying to go through and do this, everyone's trying to stop him. His grandpa, their mentor character. And so here's the thing, this is my first time seeing this. It was made like during like the 80s, early 90s.
Yo!
So I'm watching this like, oh, they're trying to like, and I'm looking like they're literally trying to murder this kid. Like they're trying to run him over with forklifts. At one point they're shooting machine guns at him. At one point they're throwing grenades. The kid almost gets blown up. I'm like, what is going on here?
I don't know, but I was afraid for like the kid. And then when I saw that it was this old feeble man, I said, well, it's not that dangerous. You know, they're not going to be able to do anything. It was fine. It was like a feel-good Manson family film. It was scary at moments because it was like, okay, I just want to kill this kid. Why are these old? It starts off old men trying to kill a kid. Why?
I will say this though. The thing that kind of got to me as I was watching, I was like, okay, they're trying to kill this kid, but granted, this kid is like a million years old, and he's been around his grandpa for this long. So at the same time, well, you're not really a kid. And two, if he tells you not to do something, you shouldn't be doing it. You know your grandpa's crazy.
But I'm about a million years old. What does it even matter? Why do I have to listen to you?
Oh, good point.
How do I know that
Well, you know why you
right?
have to listen to him? Because he has a machine gun and grenades, and you know he's crazy.
I can also get a machine gun and grenade.
You didn't
I'm
do
a
that,
known
though.
kid.
You didn't do that,
No,
though.
what I didn't say
He
was
was just
jump
taking
over
L's.
cars.
He was just taking L's.
He was jumping over cars, man. What are you talking about? That kid should have been in the NWA. I mean,
So then after that, the kid goes through and frees the Green Ranger Barai, which is really dope because here's the thing. So the original Green Ranger saga in America, the Green Ranger's Tommy. He's this new kid who comes to town. We all know the story of Jason David Frank.
Yeah.
But here, it actually turns out that the Green Ranger and the Red Ranger are like brothers who've been separated at birth. Kind of like going to comics. It's like an Orion type situation, like the New Gods and everything like that, where they're exchanging kids. So here, when the Green Ranger wakes up, he's like feels like he's the rightful heir to the throne, and so he starts attacking the Rangers. And dude, that first fight scene is way better than American version.
that's what I was gonna say, and I was pissed because what they did is take that fight scene and separate it amongst like sprinkle it among the season instead of just giving it to us all at once. Because that fight scene was amazing. Choreography was great, even though it was done in the '80s. I loved every bit of it, and I still think it was better than what we saw in Super Ninja Steel. I'm just saying, I'm sorry I'm pooping all over Super Ninja Steel, but it deserves it.
And my favorite part was, it's like, so the Green Ranger jumps in the suit.
92.
92? This looks like the 80s. Horrible. I'm so sorry. Wow.
So,
You guys
so
had
we all know the
technology.
classic moment where the Green Ranger jumps inside the Megazord. He opens the door. He's like, "Surprise, motherfuckers!" And then like low-key like kicks them all out and everything like that. But then when we get down on the ground, it's like he's beating the mess out of the Red Ranger, and all
Is
of
that
a
what he
sudden,
says? That's what he says?
pretty much that's what he applies. But here's the thing, though. The hilarious part is like, so the Red Ranger's getting his butt beat, and he's like, "I don't want to fight my brother." But you know who shows up and says he needs to fight his brother? The Megazord. The Megazord shows up and defends him. It's like, you need to kill your brother. And Geki's like, "No, I can't kill my brother." And the Megazord literally just like looks at him, but then the was like, "Fool!" Literally glows eyes and starts blasting him. I'm like, what in the world? He's like, "Don't be a punk." I'm like, what is this?
I love that because what it was pretty much, it's a strong hand of a father in a way. You know, he was like, "Listen, Michael, you need to go out on that stage and dance." "Daddy, I don't want to." And he just goes, you know, he has to. You know, you have to teach a kid how to, you know, the way you want him to go on stage.
He gives him that Joe Jackson.
He does give him that Joe Jackson work. And that was horrible, though. Like, God, I would not want to be on this team if at any moment this giant, like, well, apparently it's supposed to be a representation of gods, can just automatically start shooting lasers at me because I don't want to do what you tell me to do. Kill your brother. No, I don't want to kill my brother. Well, I'll kill you. No, it doesn't work that way. How do we get this? How do we get there? That progressed really quick.
I'm on board for it. I love this Megazord. Because seriously, I would love to be on that team. Because anytime I lead Rangers being kind of a punk, I'm like, yeah, that's right. You tell him Sentai Megazord. Tell him Sentai Megazord.
You're like, you know, he said he don't even believe in you. And that's when he's like, "Oh, fool!" And he shoots out lasers.
All right.
You get him killed every moment.
Oh my gosh. So then after that, we go through, and here's the dope thing about this one. We get to see, so we, like, as I was watching this, I was getting such nostalgia for getting a chance to catch up with Goldar and dude, Scorpina. So here's the thing, if you're a fan of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, you know about Goldar and Scorpina. Goldar is Rita's like a right-hand person, and Scorpina is like this journal who shows up and puts in work. And like she always handles the Rangers. But here, in the Sentai version, she's just as beast. She's like an assassin, give them that work. The crazy thing about it is, though, Scorpina is married to Goldar.
Yes.
And we get to see that whole relationship right here.
Such a shock for me. Like, it was like, oh, I get it. I get it so much. Why we got to see bits of them fighting, like, and they all grew and blah, blah, blah. And why they were fighting with everyone else. It was like, husband and wife.
Exactly.
They were just like a power couple. It was Jay and Beyonce, just right there. Pretty much that's what we got in Sentai. I loved it.
Dude, it was so good. And what I loved about this too is like honestly, I love how much of the villains we got because like there's this one moment where they have this kid like hung up and everything like that and they hold him ransom because they're trying to get the eggs from the Rangers. Yeah. And literally as they're holding these like eggs hostage and everything like that, I'm like, okay, so how they can communicate with them? Send like a raven, like send a magical orb or whatnot.
Oh no.
Rita literally just calls the hospital.
Yep.
And I'm like, are you serious? He's like Genki's like, Pandora? Like, how did you get this number?
That was so gangster because it was just like, okay, I can do anything else. I can do all this magic. I can do anything else. You know what I'm gonna do? Boop, 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 boop. Hey, bitch. Like, it was one of those. And they were immediately like, oh my God. Oh, I'm so afraid.
You only get one.
I only get one. I only got one. I got to use it right there. He used the MF.
I get mine, right?
I still get mine,
that's
right?
right.
That's it.
What do you mean?
No,
how did I get?
You said MF. Surprise. You said surprise. Yeah, you said your word. Sorry.
Oh, man.
Sorry, too late. You should have held on to it.
All right.
For a good drop.
So here's the thing, I love that. And then I'm loving all the comedy bits we get too. So at one point, we find out that in that same scene, like a little bit after, we find out that Goldar couldn't talk beforehand.
Yeah.
So here, Rita gives him a voice. And Scorpina comes in mad and upset. She's like, I can't believe this. And again, I'm loving the comedy of these villains. Scorpina comes in. It was like, you can't believe what he said to me. Like, what do you mean? As soon as he got a voice, the first thing he said to me was, women don't belong on the battlefield. I was like, what? What is this? Exactly. He's like, you should be in the kitchen cooking and like cleaning. I'm like, oh my God, Goldar is a sexist.
Go home and do some laundry or something. I was like, whoa. This is 92? What?
But you know what's gangster though? Here's the thing. This is why, like, Loki, as we were watching this, I'm loving the villains because then Rita's reply is, well, you know what? I'm a woman too. If you don't like it, you can leave.
You can leave.
I was like, that's right, Rita. That's right.
I loved it. Because then he was like, oh, never mind. Dude, like, really? I gave you your voice and this is what you said?
Exactly. Oh, man.
I love it. So he wouldn't say anything else like, I love you or blah, blah. No, women shouldn't be in the battlefield. Go home and do laundry. What laundry? Are you going to wash them? I'm going to wash your gold armor? What am I going to do?
Well, it is gold. You know, gold's worth money. You got to keep it. Well, you're right. So here's the thing. So I'm loving that. And then the thing about so loving too is though here's the thing. Like when we watch the American series, Squad and Babu are always just in the background. Dude. But over the course of the storyline, we see so much of Squad Babu actually in the battlefield doing stuff. They're like leading putties, like fighting people. Babu's out chasing humans and everything like that. Okay. It was so dope.
But the thing is, when you say they're actually doing stuff, the only thing we actually did see, I was going to say, was Babu chasing humans. Besides that, Squad would show up and he'd do this for a moment. No. And then he'd yell at the putties to go do stuff.
He did, but you missed the point too. Squad has a gun.
Yes, he does.
He was like popping it off at people and everything like that.
But this is the thing. Because I remember when I bought the toy, and I remember just really looking at him, and I was like, he has a gun. I've never seen him use this. Mm-hmm. And then finally getting to see it here, and I was like, whoa, he's just capping on people. He's like, break yourself, and he was just going off. I was like, bravo.
Mm-hmm. It was cool too. It was like they were fighting with Scorpina at one point. In the background, they were like, Rangers, y'all weak. And Scorpina was legit though. She was taking on all 5 Rangers at once.
Dude, lit up her little boomerang thing and just like chucking them at people. Mm-hmm. And took all of them down. And then earlier when she was throwing out the scorpions, when she was just like, she fought, she jumped back, they're still in there, they're not battleized yet, and she chucks out the scorpions, and they were like, ooh! I was like, dude, she is in for it. Like, she is. Much better than what we knew before.
The only thing that was crazy, though, is the fact that, like, when Scorpina's, like, following them, it's hilarious because her other form is a giant boulder, and so the boulder is literally trying to sneak up on people, but it's like, it's a boulder! Rangers, how do you not see a boulder? That is not normal! For, like, what's that over there? Oh, it's just a rolling boulder following us. You know, it happens all the time.
Nothing big.
I'm just like this. Oh my God, this is so good.
It was like doom 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 doom. And you're like, wait a minute. Hold on. I'm not the smartest, but that's the big boulder's moving. No, it's not. You're wrong. It's moving. Nah, you're crazy. It's like a chicken boo thing where you're like, it's moving. You're stupid. All right, fine. Then you walk off. Then, oh my God, that boulder just ran over a kid. You're right. Like that's exactly when it happened. Mm-hmm, but when that boulder came through into the store and bust through, and that's when they realized, oh, it really is coming after us. When it stopped midway, turned around, and then rolled back, I was like, yo, if you didn't believe it, now you got to. Oh
I was loving it because it's low key. Like I love how she did it. She just did it like Kool-Aid Man style. She's like, boom! It's like, oh yeah! And they just started wailing on him. I was like, oh. So again, I gotta give credit to Zoorangers because just they did a great job developing their villains
Oh,
and making their
yes.
villains super strong for the Rangers to defeat. So I gotta give them a lot of props for that. They're doing amazing stuff here. And
Oh,
again, as I was watching this, I was bringing back all those memories of childhood of
oh,
why I originally
dude.
fell in love with Power Rangers.
Well, you know, that's true. That's true. It was a lot of just nostalgia. You're going back and you're like, oh man, look at Rita and her, all her glorious form, calling people at hospitals. It was great. That's the stuff
But
you
you,
missed.
and the other thing I gotta say too, though, as I was watching this, like again, watching a few Sentai series now, I understand why they adapted Zyuranger because Zyuranger has all these great elements to it, and they're the few Ranger teams that are like heroes. Like they're like, well, all the Ranger teams are heroes. Let me take that
Right.
back. But the thing about it is that they always get involved. Even their uniform, they're out in the field like saving people. When buildings get destroyed, they're helping people
Oh.
out. They're always like there. And again, the cast was great. Geki did a great job because this was pretty much all of Geki's arc. Oh, wait, and we got a super
Yes.
chat.
Yes.
Thank you, Batusi. So we're ready, Rick? Batusi. Night. All right. He said, sidebar, Power Ranger Punk episode in Zeo was so darker.
Really? Cyber Power Ranger Punk episode in Zio? Really? In Zoo? Well, it seems that it said in Zoo was so much darker. That was a Punk episode?
Sorry, Power
I did
Ranger.
not know that was a Punk episode, but now I need to actually see it. Please tell me more.
Yeah, like low-key though, serious thing. Thanks for letting us know about it because I want to go check it out. Because here's the thing, as I watched this,
Uh-huh.
I was thinking before, we've always talked about doing a retro Ranger show.
Yeah.
If we ever, I'm sorry, my apologies, we ever had a retro Ranger show, a retro Henshin Hangout show.
Right.
So if we ever did a retro Henshin Hangout, I honestly believe the first show we should watch is all of Zyuranger. Because Zyuranger, again, it was just so good. It really impressed me. The Rangers were entertaining. Again, the Rise, the Green Ranger was great. Again, the Megazord talking is great. The Dragonzord is also sentient. So, again, so
The
thanks for
story
pointing out
was
that Tuesday
good.
night.
This whole story was good. I enjoyed it. I even enjoyed the dude, the OG dude that was trying to kill the gnome at the beginning and everything like that, and the whole, riding him with some motorcycles and machine guns. But then later, where he's like praying to the gods and he's like asking for like, oh please help us in any way, blah blah. It was like I love this kind of mediary in between them and the whole thing, and then the mythos of being that these were essentially the manifestation of these gods.
Yeah.
And they were the Zords. And
Yeah.
it was like, yo, I didn't get it. Like that's how steeped in their own mysticism it is. And I was like, this is smart. This is really good.
It's amazing.
It makes it even better. It holds gravitas.
What I loved about it more is the fact that they're sentient. Again, the fact that they can walk around and talk on their own. Because there's a couple times over the 6-episode arc where the Zords, there's nobody piloting them. They're just fighting of their own fruition. And so that's amazing to see too, though, because like I can't remember that many times like in Sentai in Power Ranger series where we've seen the Zords be sentient, but not do that much on their own. Where here they're making their own choices, their own decisions. They're choosing to fight battles without their Rangers.
Yeah,
so it was great
cool.
to see that.
That was actually cool, and they made the right choices. That's the thing. I gotta say, if I had to side with anyone more than anything else on the show, it was the Zords. The Zords always knew what to do, while the Rangers were sometimes, maybe, I can't fight my brother. He's a fool. No, you have to fight him because if you don't, they're gonna destroy the city and everyone else. You got to put your family things aside for one person versus a million. Let's save the million.
Exactly.
It was like that was genius.
So going back to the storyline of the plot, exactly. So there's that one point where Rita shows up on her bicycle. She's like pedaling in the air because they kidnapped that bus full of kids, and they're like, "Here's saying we want you to call your Zords because there was like this total eclipse situation happening.
Yeah.
That was going to power down to make the Sentai Megazord.
Exactly.
And so Squad and Babu are like behind a bus, like trying to make it fall over. Which I was like, "This is awesome.
That
I love to
was
see
good.
Squad and Babu like going to work here, like, and they're getting ready to knock it off the cliff and everything like that.
Man.
And so eventually the Rangers are forced to make that decision. Like, look, we got to call the Zords. People are going to die, which I respect.
Yeah.
Again, they just didn't call the Zords because they were stupid. They were like, they tried to hold out for as long as possible. And they were like, no, we got to save these people. So they call the Zords, immediately form the Megazord, save the kids. But as soon as they do that, though, they get jumped.
Well, I mean, they catch the bus. They catch the bus, put the kids up, and then immediately,
They get jumped. They get jumped by Goldar, Scorpina, and then surprise, surprise, Giant Green Ranger.
Yeah.
Which was just like the original series. But here, the fight was a lot longer.
Oh.
So if you've never watched before, the fight was literally like, I would say about a good 6 or 7 more minutes longer than the American version.
Definitely.
And they went to work on them. And it was a dope fight too. Goldar's jumping in the air, Scorpina's getting a list, the Megazord's fighting back. But because it's like the sun is down and everything like that, because of the eclipse, it's not getting the energy it needs. Well done. Get in while you can. Get in.
Trying to show you.
Yeah. So what do you think of this fight?
Yeah. I don't know. I was getting in sicko mode. It was really good. Dude, they did give him the work. They beat the stuff out of the Megazord, but it was so unfair because he even brought down the sword like, all right, I'm going to be able to do something. They were like, nope, everyone from every side, laying him out. And it was so good because it was, at that moment, it was like not just a fight, it was literally a fight for its life.
Mm-hmm.
And it was not going to go out quietly.
No.
And that's why that fight was so long, and that's why it was poignant, it was important. I loved it. It wasn't just a simple basic plot device,
Mm-hmm.
it had exposition in it.
Yeah.
And it was good.
It was dope. And what's crazy is, so after this fight ends, anybody who's watched the original Power Rangers had know this scene. We've seen it before, and this is where it originally happened at. Is when the Zords get knocked into the lava. And so, they all fall down, they're about to burn, everything like that. We've seen that so many times. So they knock the Megazord down into the lava, and then it breaks apart. You see the original, all the 5 Zords all like,
oh my god.
T-Rex. And then it was like, Triceratops. sorry. I was like, sorry. And then, Triceratops. Exactly. It was like, Mammoth, Mastodon, I don't know what I am.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I didn't understand that either.
And so then they go down to the lava, and it looks like the Rangers are losing. And then immediately after this, I'm like, okay, again, I'm loving the tension here. I'm loving where the story's going. Then we get the best thing ever. Rita throws a victory party.
Dude!
So
they are dancing in Rita's place. Like, just, there was a big celebration.
So,
possibly one of the dopest ones I've ever seen.
They got putties blowing horns. They've got the people dancing. Again, Rita and Scorpita and Goldar are drinking and having sipping tea and everything like that.
Oh yeah, they had the putties in
the vest and everything like that.
Bringing out the food,
apples and everything like that. I was like, as I was watching this, I was like, I'm loving Rita right now.
Yeah.
She knows how to celebrate. She knows how to throw a party. She keeps her people happy. I'm like, this is dope.
No, and I love that part. Okay, right there. Because that's the shot I needed. All right.
All over again.
I love that part where she says, well, I want to do it all over again. I'm going to. And she says, we've destroyed that overgrown toy. I still can't pronounce that. I'm sorry. I can.
Zyuranger.
There you go. Ha ha. Someone typed it in earlier, and I was like, I'm gonna see if I can say it, but I can't. But I love the part we destroyed that overgrown toy. It's like, okay, I like the good comment, the tongue in cheek about the whole thing. I was like, that overgrown toy. That's literally what it was. But the cool thing was, even though they fell in the lava, they thought,
We'll get there. We'll get there.
Come on, jump around everywhere.
And so, but here's the thing. So after this, we get a really dope scene, though. So after this, again, they're celebrating Goldar. Scorpita's there. Scorpita's like, you're so manly. Goldar's, that's right, baby.
Yeah.
I'm a gold monkey. I got this. So then after that, this is where Barai makes his move. Barai takes out Rita Repulsa. And so as he goes to make his move, you're thinking like, okay, this is going to be a big fight scene. No, dude, this is a squash match. Immediately she disappears, and Barai's like, where'd she go? She grows giant.
Yes!
She goes bigger than her own palace. You're like, oh! Okay, what's Rita about to do? She literally just like starts blowing fire at old boy out of her mouth. She's like, get out my house! And blows fire at him and knocks that fool all the way down to earth.
I love it because the thing is, this whole idea of, okay, she brought him back, he's here, he's doing what she wants, the evil sword is still in control, etc., etc. It's kind of like you have to look back to Draken. Where Draken was like, all right, now I have this power, I've done something, we celebrated, and what does he do? Now's his moment to do pull a Caesar and stab her in the back. This shows how hardcore Rita is. Rita knew that he was going to do it, and she waited. The thing is, if Draken actually was going to do something to Rita, if we really had the time to think about it, Rita would have made sure this would have happened the same way.
Oh yeah, Rita would have.
She would have been waiting for it, and when he came up and said, yeah, Rita, we won, he would have tried to pull a sword. I created that sword. Immediately, she would have been like, finger snap, the sword turns into flowers or something. She's like, you're so sweet. Stabbed him in the chest and killed him. Same thing, essentially, that's what we get here. Where this Rita is a smart Rita. This is an evil. She's an empress of evil. Dude, she knows how evil people think. So she was ready. She turns up, fires him out. That was it. You're fired.
And then, but then after that, so he lands on Earth. She curses him. He falls into the ground and everything like that. And literally, this is where we see the Chinese ghost Klansman.
Oh,
so the Chinese ghost Klansman shows up. I got scared. I just stopped watching for a minute.
I was like, oh man, you know,
call it NAACP.
right. I was like, how many people can I get to pay attention to this?
So here's the thing. So that happens and everything like that. But then we find out that Barai gets cursed now. He gets cursed, and here's the thing. He only has 30 hours to live unless he stays in this room. And so he has to stay in this room. And anytime he goes out, his life is going to end in those 30 hours. But he gets I guess it bounces out because he gets the most awesome gift ever. He gets the Dragon Flute, which gives him access to the Dragon Sword.
Or a Dragon Caesar.
Yeah, Dragon Caesar. I'm going to be real. If you were like, you can stay in this room and anytime you leave, you have 30 hours to live. Like, nah, I'm good, but you get a Dragon Sword.
30 hours.
I gotta think about this.
Right. No.
A Dragon Sword!
But I was thinking, like,
Dragon Sword!
does the clock...
Dragon Sword! Okay, all right.
First, when the way they gave the info, I thought, oh, that means it just resets every time I come back. I'll just go out there and they come right back. No. The 30 hours is from this moment. And every time you go out, I'm taking minutes off. Like, I was like, oh.
And what's dope is, again, in the original series, we got the Dragon Zord, I think it was about episode 2 or so.
Yeah.
We don't get the Dragon Zord here until about episode 5, towards the end of this.
Yeah.
So they really span the story out. It's a lot of great storytelling. So the Dragon Zord shows up, and the Dragon Zord is like destroying the city. And here's the thing, we get a lot more Dragon Zord than we did in the original like 5-part series.
Dude,
5-part series in America.
So much of the Dragon Zord, and they kept saying it too, like, he's destroying the city, he's killing millions, and he really was walking around like, crush, knocked,
and then,
boom.
And then as soon as Rita sees this, she's like, not on my watch, this is my planet now. She's like, Goldar, Scorpina, go give him that work.
That was so good.
The fight was amazing, because I'm thinking like, oh, he's about to lose, it's two at the same time. Megazord lost, Dragon Zord gave him that work. Dragon Zord was ready.
He had the tail, he had the rockets, he had everything, and he was not here to lose. And I loved it. And then after he got rid of them and they disappeared, it was still mad, like wanted to fight, and he had to calm it down when he was like, don't worry, we'll find them again. I was like, dude, that Dragon Caesar is gangster, while the Dragon Zord is kind of amiable. You know, oh, I'm here, and whatever. Dragon Caesar was like, I've just started. Like, he's ready to kill. It's like Mike Tyson.
Yeah, for sure. He was,
I'll eat your children.
He was knocking people out. So then after that, Dragon Caesar goes through, defeats them, but then the Zyurangers find out that the Zords are actually still around. What's crazy is the magma actually gives them energy. So they come back fully recharged, ready to do battle. They come out, and you think like, oh cool, they're going to form the Megazord. Nope. T-Rex is like, no. Before we do that though, Dragon Zord got to get these hands. So then the Dragon Zord starts fighting one-on-one with the T-Rex.
Dude. I've never seen Dragon Zord use his tail. I mean, not Dragon Zord, the T-Rex use his tail. I didn't until there. It was like, okay, Dragon Zord has a tail, so do I. Wow. Hit him with the tail. Give him the 1-2. All this stuff is happening. Shooting the fire out of the mouth. Everything. I was like, this is dope.
No, what I love about it is we gotta see the T-Rex go-to move where he stands on his tail and then kicks him. He gives him that T-Rex kick, which I was like, oh, this is dope. This is awesome.
I loved it. It was so good. I hate that they cut this fight down again.
I know.
And sprinkled it over a season.
And then after that, on the ground, we have Barai fighting Geki, and again, Green Ranger versus Red Ranger. Classic battle, but again, a lot longer here. And again, the cool thing about this Ranger's like, we should help him. And Geki's like, no. I got to fight this battle. I have to fight my brother now. Because he's come to the conclusion. He had a character arc. He was like, look, I love my brother. And I want to be with him, but I have to defeat him because I have to protect people because he's putting lives in danger. And so
you said the key word though.
What?
Character arc.
Yes.
Something that we did not get where?
And Ninja Steel.
I'm sorry.
Love the actors. Love everybody behind the scenes.
Remind you again, I'm sorry we didn't get it fully, but yet we got it right here in 6 episodes.
Mm-hmm.
6 episodes.
And so the fight ends. The Red Ranger literally defeats him. And then again, we have the Megazord saying, kill him, because the Megazord beat up the Dragon Zord and threw him into a mountain.
Oh, that was so good.
That was dope.
Mountain just, he just went over it.
Swung by, and then after that, Geki's like, nah, I can't kill my brother. He's like, here's saying, I won't kill you. And they're saying, I don't want to take you out. So he turns his back to him. It's like, if you really want to strike me down, go ahead. Which was like, this is dope. And this is deep.
Brian had no problem grabbing it.
He did. He was about to do it. And then Geki sees Geki crying, and all of a sudden it's like,
the single tear. That was it for me. When I saw the glory tear, I was like,
done.
That was it. I knew you weren't going to kill him that. So he tells him right there too, like, okay, well then if you're going to do it, this is it. This is it. Kill me, and he can't. They can't. And then, of course, he destroys the sword.
Yep. And so then after that, he destroys the sword. Megazord is the evil is out of his heart now. And then then all of a sudden he's like, you know what? Done. And now he's saying, guess what? Now, just like the original series, you guys get a new form. You get the Dragon Megazord.
Oh, I loved it.
Which was so dope.
Oh. And then they allowed them to come. Oh, man. But it ends on a kind of a cliffhanger in a way.
It does, because when it ends, like they still, Barai still has that 30 hours to live, but he goes back, you find out he only has about 25 more.
Yes.
And so what's cool about this series is
24 hours and 10 minutes.
So what's cool is that at the end of this, you're still asking these questions like, how are they going to solve this problem? And honestly, I got to give a lot of credit. Zyuranger is awesome at storytelling. They keep me coming back for more episodes. There's overall character arcs and everything like that. And then the characters are well thought out, and the stories are dope. The fight's amazing. The Zors are awesome. The villains are hilarious.
Yes.
Ah, man, I love Zyuranger. This was awesome.
This
So
is me holding my thought. Sorry, I do it.
So go ahead.
My thought. And what I'm saying is, at the end, which was very interesting also, they didn't know what to do with Zord because Zord wasn't responding to anyone. It just stood there. And they were like, well, what are we going to do? They were like, the Zord's just standing there. And it was literally. And I was like, okay, now I need to continue watching. Because I need to know what are they going to do now that they have it assembled. Okay, can we tell the Zord to do something? Is it still sentient? I don't know. And then on top of that, once again, we have Geki's brother, Barai, who is, his clock is counting down.
Yeah.
So is he going to go out? Is he going to help save again? Is he going to stay in? I can only go out for like 30 minutes of a battle, guys, and I got to come back in. You know, like every time until I wear out and I die?
Sadly, yeah.
Like, what's going to happen?
Exactly. And I want to go, that's what I said, I want to watch the rest of the series. It was dope is, honestly, like, it was kind of crazy because throughout this whole 6 episodes, I'm used to a Sentai roll call. They saved it for the very end.
Yes, they
and
did.
when they did that roll call and did that original raid, I was like, you do! It was like, Zyuranger, Sentai. I was like, oh!
I
So
did
dope.
love it. They're like blue, blah blah. But I also noticed that when they're doing it, they're also saying their actual names.
Yeah, it was interesting.
Is that a problem?
Well, you gotta remember, they don't have secret identities here.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
You see the clothes they walk around with, they know who
That's
they are.
true. Yeah, because they were. Like, yeah, that's true. No one else walks around with those.
So-
the black one with those pads though, the shoulder pads, I love.
Oh, yeah,
I was just like, dude, he just looks like he's like, yeah, you know who I am.
You know I ride that master
Yeah,
now.
right.
So overall, so these six episodes, what would you give it on a scale of? So everybody, get ready to give your rating. Overall, what would you give it on a scale of 1 through 5?
All right, so the episodes were great for me. I really was enthralled by the storytelling, like I said, the development, the overarching kind of like, well, the arc there, but also underlying, B plot, and with it all, I've got to give this, guys. This is getting a 5 out of 5 for me. This is getting a 5 out of 5. It was good, and it was dated, and it was still good. I have a thing about dated stuff where it's just like, oh, this looks bad. I don't like it. I'm that idiot, and I just say, oh, I hate it because it looks old. But then again, I will watch black and white movies. So
Yeah.
what I'm saying.
So you give
5 out of 5.
5 out of 5. Don't forget, put your comments. What would you give it? All right. So for me, comedy was amazing. There were so many funny moments, and I was like dying laughing. 2, the villains are awesome. The villains are like doing hilarious things. Rita's like singing a song in the beginning, like door. Then she goes down. They're literally like on a little parade, and Goldar's like kicking up his feet.
God.
And the villains again. Not only that, Scorpina, it was great to see like more stuff with Scorpina and Goldar fighting, and it was great to see like more battles with them because I've always wanted to see more about their storylines and to see how that goes.
Definitely.
So it's awesome to see that. Again, the Megazord was awesome. Again, how he's talking to them, he's a sentient being. That was great. And then also on top of that, I was and then that fight at the end, that fight between Geki and Mirai, as they're going back and forth. And Geki's the Red Ranger, and he's fighting Mirai and giving this work and going back and forth and everything like that.
Right.
And then at the end, Mirai thought he was the man, but then no, Jason showed Tommy that he was the one who was in charge. Then Jason showed him that he was the Red Ranger for a reason, and Tommy was going to take this L. And so I was getting all these emotions about watching Jason beat up Tommy. What? Huh?
Yeah, I think that's what you kind of may have.
I'm sorry.
That wasn't Jason.
We don't track that.
That was
We don't track right
Geki
there.
and
I'm sorry.
Brian. That wasn't Jason.
We don't track. Someday, Jason.
Oh, wow.
Someday. All right, but no, seriously, but all
wow.
5 out of 5. 5 out of 5. All right, let's go to the comments. What everybody here give it?
Oh boy. Well, this is kind of interesting.
Okay.
All right, we got Layla with 4.5 out of 5 because the 6 Ranger roll call was okay.
You know what, Layla? I will agree with you. As being a fan of like Gokaiger and see like the bigger, like more things in the music stuff,
Right.
It was okay. I wish
right.
there was a little bit more to it.
Now, Jay Boss, I'm gonna ask you, and I need you to actually tell me why. He changed his rating actually, but first he gave it a 0.
And then he changed it
Later,
to a 1.
he gave it to a 1. Jay, I gotta know what's going on, man. Please somehow tell us what's going on and why you hated it that much. And if you hated it that much, I still need to know what you gave Super Ninja Steel.
Low key, that's true. That's true.
That's a comparison I need to know. I need to know where your barometer is so I can figure out if I hate you or like you.
Edward Sanchez Protections gave it a 5 out of 5. Blackwing said, I was amazed at the story and the whole brother versus brother portion because I feel like that sometimes. I give it a 5 out of 5.
Well, Blackwing has a particular thing about it. Blackwing hates Super Ninja Steel. So he
there you
loves
go.
this. So
Definitely.
that's interesting, Blackwing.
But you said 5 out of 5. Now I think Tommy should have had to worry about the green candle after joining the Rangers. That's a good point.
I agree. I think that would have been an even cooler thing. We're running out of time even with that. Oh, it would have been beautiful.
And then
But we
Layla
did
was like, "We know you hate Zyuranger, but come on, this arc was amazing." Oh, so J Boss hates Zyuranger. That's why.
Okay,
Alright.
okay. That's why.
But
That's
all in
fine.
all, here's so all in all, how'd you feel about our very first retro Henshin wrap up?
Yeah, you know what? I enjoyed it. I'm so glad. Thank you for inviting me over to actually broaden my horizons.
Thank you
The
for
show
coming
was
along.
good. I appreciate it. Look, there goes my favorite character. Look at him.
Oh
Look
yeah,
at him.
that
He was gangster.
million-year-old
because-
fourth grader.
Yeah, because what says genius more than a kid who's a million years old?
Oh, David said, "I love Mariah. I had a crush on Scorpina. 5 out of 5."
Oh, definitely had a
David,
crush
you
on
were not the only one. I also had a crush on Scorpina too.
Everyone
You were the
had
only
a
that
little
we were
crush
there
on
together. We were
Scorpina.
there together.
I'd sit there and I'd look at my poster of Scorpina because I had one.
I know. The whole time I was watching, it was like, "Dang, Goldar. I get some gold too."
Yeah, right.
Dang monkey.
Right? I can put on the gold toes.
There,
Put on some Nike gold toes and see what happens.
So yeah.
Hey, what's going on?
So 5 out of 5. 5 out of 5. I believe this deserves a Henshin high five.
I
Ready?
believe it does.
Bam.
That's it.
All
We should
right.
do it where like it pauses and light shines like like that.
We'll do that at post rate one more time. Ready?
Okay. Right. Someday we'll see if we can get that in post where it's like it shines out.
So,
you know?
everybody, I just want to say again, thank you for watching this with us. Thank you for going on this journey. You want to watch something for the past. I'm happy you all were able to find copies of it. Again, I loved it. Daniel loved it.
Woo!
And we hope you all had a good time too. From the comments, seemed like everyone did except for J Boss. But J Boss, we're still very happy here talking with us about it.
Yes.
Neo Drag Ranger just gave it a 5 out of 5.
Also, I gotta say
Oh,
one
and
thing.
DD Cosplay says they just gave it a 5 out of 5 too.
One thing I gotta mention, which I forgot to. Shout out to Joe. Because Joe actually got me a Philly cheesesteak.
Oh,
and he's
dope.
bringing it, and he told me to make sure I tell everyone. I forgot to say it on the Ranger show, but I'm remembering to say it here. Shout out to Joe. Thank you for that Philly cheesesteak from Geno's. Yeah,
Awesome.
it's really good.
I hope I get one too, Joe.
No,
But-
that's not.
Oh,
we
man.
didn't
But
do
yo,
that.
I misread that. DD Cosplay says I haven't seen these episodes, but I really want to now. I give this episode of Henshin Hangout a 5 out of 5.
Oh, thanks,
Thank
man.
you, DD Cosplay.
Appreciate
We put
it.
in the work for you guys.
Look at him.
Oh,
look
there's
at
Joe.
Look at him.
Joe in both his modes.
There you
Look
go.
at Joe.
Both his modes, right? I'm telling you, he did so much for the black community.
All right, so everybody, so Dale, where can the people find you?
Well, you can find me on THS Hashtaggers. You can also find me on THS Power Rangers. But you can find me on Instagram at Battlestar Galactica.
And again, you can find me at JohnnyP313 on Instagram, Twitter, and on Gumroad. You can find my books. You can also find me every week on the Superhero News Network. So that's every Thursday night with me, Joe, and Tatiana. And don't forget, you can always see me here every Saturday on Henshin Hangout. Again, everybody, thanks for coming in and watching with us. Don't forget, you come here. Make sure you like, share, subscribe to that hashtag show to keep up with everything trending and
Geek pop culture.
We out.